Perfect Joy, by Chuang Tzu. From the text. The Zhuangzi, 4th century BC. Can we find in this life complete joy? Or does it not exist? Is there a way to make life fully worth living? Or is it impossible? If there is a way, how do we find that way? What should we try to do? What should we seek to avoid? What should be the goal behind our actions? What should we accept? What should we refuse to accept? What should we love? And what should we hate? What the world values is money, a good reputation, a long life, and great achievements. What it counts as joy is excellent health and the comforts of the body, good food, fine clothes, beautiful things to look at, and pleasant music to listen to. What it condemns is the lack of money, low social rank, a poor reputation, and an early death. What it considers as misfortune is bodily discomfort and labor, no chance to get your fill of good foods, not having good clothes to wear, having no way to amuse or delight the eyes, or no pleasant music to listen to. If people find that they are deprived of these things, they go into a panic, or fall into despair. They are so concerned for what they want in life, that their life becomes unbearable. Even when they have the things they think they want, the focus on enjoying them makes them unhappy. The focus on making money makes life intolerable. We drive ourselves in order to get more and more of it, which we can never completely use. In so doing, we alienate ourselves from ourselves, and exhaust ourselves with work, and become the slaves of others for money. The ambitious run day and night in pursuit of honors, constantly in anguish about the success of their plans, dreading the miscalculation that may wreck everything. They become alienated from themselves, exhausting their real-life service of the shadow created by their insatiable hope. The birth of a man is the birth of his sorrow. The longer he lives, the more stupid he becomes because his anxiety regarding his unavoidable death increases more and more with age. What bitterness! He lives for what is always out of reach. His thirst for survival in the future makes him incapable of living in the present. What about the self-sacrificing officials and scholars? They are honored by the world, because they are good, upright, self-sacrificing men. Yet their good character does not preserve them from unhappiness, nor even from ruin, disgrace, and death. I wonder, in that case, if their goodness is really so good after all. Is it perhaps a source of unhappiness? Suppose they say they are happy. But is it a happy thing to have a character or a career that can lead to one's own destruction? On the other hand, can you call them unhappy if, in sacrificing themselves, they save the lives and the rights of others? Take the case of the minister who conscientiously and uprightly opposes an unjust decision of his king. Some say, "Tell the truth, and if the king will not listen, let him do what he likes. And then, forget it." As an example, Su Shu continued to resist the unjust policy of his sovereign. He was killed. But if he had not stood up for what he believed to be right, his name would not be forever remembered in honor. So there is the question: shall the course he took be called good, if, at the same time, it was fatal to him? I cannot tell you if what the world considers happiness is happiness or not. All I know is that when I consider the way they go about attaining it, I see them carried away headlong, grim, and obsessed, in the general onrush of the human herd, unable to stop themselves or to change their direction. All the while they claim to be just on the point of attaining it. For my part, I cannot accept their standards, whether of happiness or unhappiness. I ask myself, whether their concept of happiness has any meaning at all. My opinion is that you never find happiness until you stop looking for it. My greatest joy consists precisely in doing nothing whatsoever that is calculated to obtain it. And this, in the minds of most people, is the worst possible course. I will hold to the saying, perfect joy is to be without joy. Perfect praise is to be without praise. If you ask me, what should be done, or not done, to be happy? My answer is, there is no answer. There is no way of determining such things. Yet at the same time, if I cease striving for happiness, the right way, and the wrong way, will become apparent all by themselves. Contentment and well-being becomes possible the moment you cease to act with them in view, and if you practice non-doing, Wu Wei, you will have both happiness and well-being. Here is how I sum it all up. Heaven does nothing. Its non-doing is its serenity. The earth does nothing. Its non-doing is its rest. From the union of these two non-doings, all actions proceed. All things are made. How vast, how invisible is this coming to be? All things come from nowhere. How vast, how invisible. There is no way to explain it. All beings in their perfection are born of non-doing. Hence it is said, heaven and earth do nothing. Yet, there is nothing they do not do. Where is the man who can attain to this non-doing?